I spent money on this. I paid real money for this game. This excuse of a game. I want every single penny of that back. This is terrible. Why would why did anyone at this company think it was a good idea to release this game? It's just not good. Everything about it is not good. Okay, I'm gonna probably go into it, but I want to say one thing before going into a review. I could not finish it. Like I want to make that clear. I didn't finish the game because don't think I honestly just can't bring myself to actually finish whatever excuse of a game this is. And I hate being this negative about it, and I hate being this negative about things because I know, but I'll get into it. But yeah, you'll see. So in this, well, quote unquote review, I don't think there'll be much of a structure, to be honest. So so I'm gonna put as much effort into making this video as they put into the game. That is hella unnecessary. I'm sorry. But yeah, but to be honest, this is just extremely disappointing. Because when I first heard about it, I thought it was a really weird concept. Like it was a really weird concept, but I was interested at the same time. I was like, it was so weird. I thought, you know what, I'm kind of interested. Like Gollum, like really, you're making a game about Gollum? Okay, okay. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm fascinated by this. But yeah, as you can see in like all the reviews about this game, all the videos, all the backlash about this game, they really missed the mark, didn't they? They really, really messed up. They did not even. They weren't even close to people's expectations of it. Like I wasn't expecting like a 10 out of 10 masterpiece of a game. Like I don't think anyone was. Like especially when we first heard about it, I don't think anyone was expecting like the best game they've ever played in their life. But like at the very least, we were expecting like something good something good. Like we were expecting like a good game out of it. At the very least. But I don't know, man. I don't know what went. I don't know what went wrong. Sorry, I kind of started like hell then. I don't know what went wrong, to be honest. I don't know how it came to this point where the game came out this way. So when it comes to graphics or the visuals of this game, at best it is very, very dated, and at worst it's just hella ugly. Like it's. Does anyone remember back in the day, back in the war, where sometimes like walls wouldn't have any texture to them. They would have it would just be like really blurry or whatever. This game has that where like walls are right in front of you, right next to you or whatever, will be hella blurry, and I don't know why they chose to do that. I don't know why that was a thing, but apparently they decided, you know what, yeah, let's do that. And and it's like, and even like the models, the character models look like just they look like they're ripped straight out of like early Xbox 360 PS3 days. Like not even like later on in that console's life cycle. And Again, the animations as well. Like when they're talking, it's very clear. It's very clearly like lazily done, and they don't even sync most of the time when they're talking. So they'll be like, you'll hear what they're saying, but they're just like random. It would just be like, it would look, the mouth would be just like opening and closing. It's just like it doesn't look right. It just does not look right, and even just like all the animations outside of that, like the climbing animations look really dodgy. The walking animations look really dodgy. The swinging animations look really dodgy, and it's like everything about this game just does not look right. It does not look right, and I'll end up showing clips. If I remember, I'll show clips for it. Like I'll show you here what I mean.
Please, Smeagol doesn't know.
Doesn't know the words, does he?
No.
And what does a good slave do? Huh? A good slave that doesn't know the words? He learns. Maybe you should run, little slave. We want to be done before the third horn, don't we?
And yeah, you can see there, like it doesn't quite sync up, and it looks hella dated. And you can see like it like somewhat glitching, if that makes sense. You can see like it looks way too janky. No, it just looks amateur. It looks like it was it looks like it was made by people who were not really in the industry or new to the industry. Like it looks like if it was like, again, that's why I say if it was like an indie game, I can overlook some of this stuff. I could be like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's an indie game, whatever. But then, this is a actual licensed game, and you can see like even here right now, you can see like just like the facial animations are weird. It doesn't look right. It does not look right. It looks dated as hell. I don't know how it got to how it's like this. It should not be. It should not feel this dated. It should not look this dated because, like, this isn't even like last gen dated. This is at least 2 generations. This is at least like 2 generations, and I don't know how it got to it. I don't know how it got to the point where it plays and feels and looks this dated. Everything about it just doesn't feel right, and the one thing I do want to say, mention, I'm not going to put too much into it, but the voice acting. I mean, it feels. I don't know how to really explain it. I think generic kind of is like the word that comes to mind. It feels extremely generic, and I don't really. There's nothing noticeable about the voice acting, really. So when I hear like anyone talk, I'd be like, "Yeah, you sound like exactly how I expect you to talk," or like, I'm just there thinking, "What the hell am I listening to?" And yeah, a lot of it's just really distracting. Like it puts you off. To be honest, like what's actually being said, like everything being so dated and janky, it instantly puts you off. I don't know how else to really put it. And yeah, I really don't know. I'll probably show a few more clips like throughout this video to kind of show how weird things can be or whatever, or how dumb things can be. Like, oh yeah, that reminds me that there's there's one clip I do want to show about because this is supposed to be a stealth game. everything so far that I've played, it's a stealth game, but it's really stupid. The stealth in this game is awful. It is awful, and like, 'cause I know you're meant to be like sort of like in the shadows. You're supposed to be like hidden, like yeah, you're supposed to be hidden in the shadows and sort of like or whatever. But like sometimes you can be like in the middle of the room, in the middle of the room, or you can be 2 feet, like not even 2 feet in front of an enemy, and they can't see you. But because you're in a shadow, you're invisible. I was like, this is so stupid. I can't help but laugh at it. I can't help but just outright laugh at how stupid it is. Because look here, I'll show you a clip. Right, this is so stupid. I fucking love it. I couldn't help but laugh because when I was streaming this game, it was just so I couldn't. Okay, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Look at this. I'm just like right in front of you, bro. I'm right fucking in front of you, bro. Bro, I am right here. How can you not see me? How could you not fucking see me right here? Bro, I am right in front of you. I know you're not meant to be able to see me here, but because I'm in the shadows. But come on, come on. See, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean when I talk about it. It is so like it's not even challenging in that sense because you can just get away with being like really stupid and it's like just like be right in front of them, but because you're in a shadow, it doesn't matter. They still can't see you. And honestly, that I gave up streaming this game. I couldn't be asked to stream this whole game either. Or well, I had to like stop streaming this game after the first time. I streamed it for 20 minutes. Like, no, I don't want to put my streams through this. So I played a bit. I ended up playing like a lot more of it, like outside of stream. And to be honest, like the story is it's boring, man. Like it's just boring. Again, I haven't gone through the whole game and I just can't put myself through it. The gameplay is horrible. The whole the visuals are horrible. Like everything. The sound design is horrible. Like, but you know what? The one thing I will say the one thing I will say is well good about it is like at least the music is somewhat decent. Like the music is alright. Like it's okay. It's not like the worst. Like I've heard a lot worse, but like you know, like, at least the music in this game is okay. Like that's that's like the one good thing I can say. But honestly, the reason why I say this is a quote unquote review is because I'm not going to put all my effort into playing the whole game. I'm really sure people aren't interested in watching this because they don't want to fucking watch this. Like no one wants to watch this game, so I'm play this game. Like I don't want to play it. Like, to be honest, there's little to nothing redeeming about this. Like, it's like next to nothing. I can't bring myself to finish this game. I can't bring myself to play it whatsoever. I don't know, man. Like, it's a shame. It's a shame because I was interested. I was kind of. I wouldn't say I was excited, but I was like, I really wanted to get into this game and experience somewhat a good story or somewhat like a good game out of it, and it just didn't deliver. And I hate how negative I had to be in this video just to explain what it is. Like, I hate how negative I had to be, because the thing is, it is such a shame that it didn't do well, that it ended up like this, because I understand how difficult it is to make a game, how much time and effort and money goes into making a game. I know and understand just how difficult it is. A lot has to go into making a game, and when it's disappointing, I'm gutted. I feel really bad, like shitting on it. I feel really bad, like talking about how when like pointing out every bad thing about a game and putting it in a video. I feel bad doing that. I don't want to make videos like this where I'm here like, what happened? Like, this is terrible. This is a bad game. I hate that. I don't want to say that, because it's not fair. I don't think I don't know. For me, fair is the wrong word, but it's like, it sucks, man. It absolutely sucks, man. Because I don't want any games to do badly. I want games to do well. I want every single game to be like a great game that I'll want to go back to and play over and over again. Like, again, like with this, I could barely finish it. I couldn't even bring myself to finish playing the game. I'm sorry, but I just could not do that. Like, and as much as I hate to say it, I don't like here. This is okay. Sorry, this is a point I mentioned earlier. Look at that wall. Look at the wall. That's what I meant earlier. That's what I was talking about earlier, about when I say you look at walls, there's no texture towards them. Sorry, I kind of stopped what I said. Yeah, because I can still obviously see the gameplay I'm looking at, but that's what I mean when I said the walls don't seem to have a texture to them. And it's like, you not bother. There's like, I can understand if it's like further away, but you just don't seem to bother for doing some of the visuals for some of the walls. It's like, this is like things that I remember seeing in like 360 games or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I feel bad whenever I have to say anything, whenever I'm sat here saying, this is terrible, this is bad, this is god awful. I feel bad for that, because I know there's people that worked hard on this. I know there are some people that really cared for it. And just like when I'm sat here saying you did a god awful job, I feel bad, because I know some people will be like, for fuck's sake, I worked really hard on these games. I put so much effort into making these games, and people hate it. Like, I know how bad that feels. Like, I'm very much aware, like, it's not a great feeling to get that when like everyone's like essentially not pointing and laughing at how bad like of a video game you made. Even though I don't make video games, but but yeah. Also, another thing I do want to point out. One last thing before I end the video is the really weird sort of microtransaction that's in the game. Specifically, one thing that I've got a massive problem with. I can't remember what the word is. I can't remember what the word is. I am really dumb. I am really, really dumb. It is something to do with the law. I know it's like the law. It's a thing where you see all the law. So that is locked behind a paywall. I don't understand why that is locked behind a paywall. like if anyone who'd seen all like any like articles about it, seen that from the game, seen anything like that from the game, that which is I don't know. I can't remember what. But why have they said anything about it? But that it's like every single game has like that, like has like a dedicated like part like, in the menus where it's set for the lore. Every single game has that, and for this game you have to pay for it. And I'm struggling to think of a reason why, out of all things, that is behind a paywall. Why that you have to pay for. I don't know why that is something that you actually end up having to pay for. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like the other like sort of DLC things I saw you can buy is the emotes pack, and it's like, honestly, I don't fucking care about the emotes. I don't want anything to do with them because no. And it's like, and honestly, I'm just very disappointed in this whole game. I wish they did better. I was expecting a bit more when I first heard about it. I expected there to be some semblance of a good game. And if you have to come out with an apology because of how bad the game is, that's not a good look. It's not a good look when you have to come out with an apology because the game had such a bad reception. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this is kind of so that has kind of been my kind of review of the game. More like a rant on the game, to be fair, more than a review. I have made other reviews, but which I put more effort into making. This is more just been like me rambling about this game more than an actual review. Like, I don't know, man. If you want to see me stream stream upcoming games like full reviews, I do have a Twitch. So if you want to go give me a follow over there, I'm under the same name. So Edge of Sid. So I'm under the same name over on Twitch. And there are a couple of games that, as for recording, that I've got coming out soon. There's a new Street Fighter coming out. There's Diablo 4. There's Final Fantasy coming out, and again, there's probably a load of other games I wanna try out. But it is what it is, and I'll see what happens. But yeah, if you made it this far, obviously like, subscribe, and all the same things you hear every other YouTuber say. And yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Payment first.
I can legit just walk right past them. Seriously?